Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Imani Dillis Show. I'm Imani Dill. I'm the founder, and I have one of the best R&B group legends, Surface, Prince David, and
Hey,
John. How you said FIBA? Is
Fever.
FIBA? I got it,
Yeah.
FIBA. And they are live on the Imani Dillis
because he's
Show
hot fever,
because,
all right?
yeah, they live on the Imani live on my YouTube podcast channel, and they the reason why they're on here because they're gonna tell you about the group history, how everything started, and that's how we're gonna start the show. And then I'm gonna ask them a few questions, and then if they want to sing, that's fine. Yeah, yeah. If you guys want to sing on the show, you have my pleasure to do it. All right, I'm gonna start with
Appreciate
Prince David. Can you tell everyone how was it growing up in New Jersey, and after you tell us that story, we want to
Let me
know
ask you
the
something
history
because
about
my
Surface.
phone is talking to me. You can't hear nothing like that, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you,
I'm talking
John.
about
Can you hear?
my phone is talking to me.
No, I can't hear anything. No, I
Okay,
can.
cool.
No, I
All
don't.
right,
I don't
good.
hear your
Because
phone.
it's flapping
No.
his drawers in my back. Yeah,
No.
okay. Growing up in Jersey is the bomb. Okay, I
Okay.
love growing up in Jersey. Everything about it was a good learning experience just as a kid. And growing up in a very competitive area, there was bands all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And we would like battle with the bands. Everybody knew each other, and we all tried to be the best. And we just rolled out, and we had some of the most beautiful women. We had everything. We had it all in
Okay.
Jersey. It was really a nice place to grow up.
Okay. Okay. So tell me about so how you tell us about the history of Surface, how everything started.
Well, Surface, we started out as a local band. Me, myself, and David Townsend. We were in a band called Port Authority,
Okay.
and his father, Ed Townsend, from For Your Love. He also wrote Let's Get It On for Marvin Gaye. His
Okay.
father said that if we come out to Los Angeles, he can help us to get a record deal. So we
Oh.
piled up the van and went up to Toronto first. We did a little 1 week tour up in Toronto. Of course, we needed to make a little money to go out there in Los Angeles, you know what I mean? So we made a couple of dollars and we drove out to Los Angeles from Toronto, Canada. And when we got there, Dave Townsend's father, whose name was Ed Townsend, he took us into the Marvin Gaye studio. We met Marvin, and the whole nine. It was a big, big, big deal. And we talking
Awesome.
way back in when it was 75.
Wow. And how was it working with the late Marvin Gaye?
Well,
Wow.
we didn't personally work with him. We just went in there. Actually, when Marvin invited us to his studio, we set up our equipment so that we could play for him. So that he wanted a band. He was trying to get a band together,
Oh,
and he
wow.
wanted the possibility to us to be the band, but that didn't happen. But he liked
Oh,
Dave. He liked Dave. It's his son. He loved him, but he didn't pick the whole band. But we became friends, and we became friends with the whole crew out there. But
okay.
anyway, it was still the beginning of something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that's kind of the way it started with that. But when we got out there, we started. We went to the studio and we put together an album, and we did get signed to 20th Century Records, but we never put out a record. It just kind of failed. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So, but that was actually the beginning of how we started with David Townsend.
Okay, so how tell us a story about Only You Can Make Me Happy because that song may y'all be well known in the music industry. It's like when
Yeah.
I remember I went to a wedding and they was playing y'all song. I said, that Surface. Only You Can
Right.
Make Me Happy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, them kind of songs was stuck in your head. I love that song,
Yeah. And it
And you guys,
still
oh
lives.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Tell us a story about that because when you listen to it, you're the one was playing the flute.
Well,
Yeah.
back in the day, things was a little bit different. So you're going all the way back. So going back to Happy Days, we did not
Mm-hmm.
have a deal. Actually, during the Happy time, let me think. Let me put all these things together. We actually eventually got a writer's deal, but what happened was, okay, here's the deal. When Surface first started, now I got
Mm-hmm.
to pull all this back. This is a long time ago now. Then we talk about 1983. Okay. So 1983, Townsend and I, David, we had put the song together called Falling in Love, and we had got a young singer named Karen Copeland. And she
Okay.
actually became the lead singer in the group Surface. So
Oh, okay.
she was had a charming voice. The voice is just beautiful. Anyway, we put a record out, and Steve Washington from the group Slave, he kind of orchestrated a record deal with South Soul Records by being in the studio with him doing Slave Days, because he's a good friend of mine. And he invited me to the studio, and Ken Carey, who was the head of the record company, he he said, let's see what you got. And so he signed us on the spot. So we did put out a single called Falling in Love. And what happened, I got asked to come out to England way back in the day. Okay, we talking, oof, what was that, back in 85 maybe? It might have been, no, it was 84. So I flew out to England with a bunch of songs that me, Dave, and Bernard, oh, I'm moving past Bernard, because Bernard came in and we started writing songs together, but we was just doing writers stuff and stuff. You know, we just write music. So I flew out there with a bunch of our songs, and I hooked up with a bunch of people, and we got a cover song with a group called High Tension. It was a young group, High Tension, and I recorded Happy with them first. So they liked that song, so recorded that. But during that time of recording that particular song, I got introduced to the people at a company called EMI Screen Gems, which was a publishing company who, what they do is they pitch songs for artists, movies, plays, whatever, and they got interested in our songs, right? So I didn't get anything happening out there, but they did like the music, but they sent me to New York. So when they sent me to New York, they said, go see those people, see what they say about your music. And eventually they liked what we were doing. So eventually they signed us as writers. So we didn't start at the surface, the group. I had the group, but it wasn't me, Dave, and Bernard. But me, Dave, and Bernard were the ones that was writing, eventually got together as writers. So we got signed to a writer's deal. I'm trying to condense all this stuff. Oh boy, it's long. But anyway, we got signed as a writer's deal. So what that entailed was we had to write at least 12 songs in a year,
Wow.
and they paid us for writing these songs, and they pitched the songs to different singers. And some of the songs that were pitched in that first year of us being signed to Screen Gems was Let's Be Friends by New Edition, You're Fine by Sister Sledge, Gwen Guthrie, Feel It No More, Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent, other songs. Oh gosh, now I'm trying to think of all the beginning songs back then. Gosh, it was so many songs. But anyway, we were actually signed as writers. But then one of the guys from Screen Gems went to Columbia Records. His name is Leonard Richardson. When he went into the room, they liked the songs, but the people there was Eric Nuri and Larkin Arnold at the time. Larkin Arnold was the head of black music in Columbia Music at that time. He said, these guys sound good. I like the songs, but they sound like a group. And so he turned that hat around and said, they are a group, you know. And he said, hey, I want to meet these guys. So Bernard called me up and said, yo, man, guess what? Larkin Arnold wants to meet us. So I said, I'm out. So I jumped on the plane and I flew out to Los Angeles because Dave and Bernard was already out there. And so I went out there with them. We had the meeting with Eric Nori first, and then we met with Larkin Arnold. And they said, look, I like what y'all doing. Y'all got it. They love Bernard's voice. They asked us if we can produce ourselves. We said, yeah, we can do that. So they said, okay, we'll let you produce yourselves. And next thing you know, we had a record deal. But going back to Happy being one of the premier songs at that time, the song was actually, when we were getting ourselves together, I had a house that was called the duplex. One side Dave and Bernard was living in, and another side I was living in. So we actually, after we got this record deal, we wrote the song before this, but after we got the writers deal, I'm sorry, we built the studio over, and I had a studio at my house, but I moved it over to the next door where David Bernard was. So we went there and we started writing songs together. And one day my nephew came running over next door. Me and Bernard was hanging over on my side of the house. And he said, yo, Uncle Pick, you got to hear this song David's working on. I'm like, word? He said, man, I can't believe it. It's just sound like a hit. My nephew was all of freaking 12 or 13 years old, right? And we came over, and next thing you know, we over there. Dave is sitting on the piano. The drum machine is running, and he was singing, only you can make me happy, right? This is the beginning. we was listening to him sing it. So we jumped on the song. I jumped on the bass synthesizer, was working. Bernard grabbed the pen real quick, started writing all this stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, it like in like really minutes, the song was done.
Wow.
And we said, "Whoa!" Next thing you know, and we had a little studio, so we was able to record it and everything. So that's really the beginning, of it. And later on, we went out to once we got the record deal, which is another story. We had got the record deal, and I started working with Riri Jackson for a little while. I did the
Oh, Ruby
album.
Jackson.
Mhm.
Okay.
I did a song called Reaction with her, and
Okay.
through
How was that?
her, oh, that's a whole nother level.
Yeah, she is Jackson.
Oh man, but she was just like, I was stunned. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She was super beautiful, first of all, and then she had that voice, and then you knew right away she was Michael's sister.
Mm-hmm.
So we was
Mm-hmm.
all thrown off by that, And so anyway, she said, "I want to do the song over at my brother's house, over Tito's house." So that's how we met Tito. So I
Wow,
went over to Tito's
Tito.
house. Yeah, that's my man. I went over to Tito's house and we recorded the song over his house. And then
Mm-hmm.
when we finally inked the deal out with Surface, I asked Rebe, I said, "Rebe, you think Tito could let us use his studio to do our record?" She said, "I'll call him." So she called him
Mm-hmm.
up and he said, "Yeah." So next thing you know,
Mm-hmm.
we were trekking up to Tito's house. And so we went up to Tito's house. Next thing you know, we set up all our stuff. And he had a big studio on the bottom, lower level of his house. It was
Wow.
cut out of the side of the mountain. Totally gorgeous. Just totally scenic. Everything was crazy. Everything
Mm-hmm.
that you imagine superstars would live like. When you roll up into the driveway and everything, you got to be, the gate had to open. His had the last house on the top of the hill. So the gate had to open for us. And then after we get out of the car, then we had to walk over this little bridge. So he had like a little waterway going all around his house. You know what I mean? It was crazy, right? And we had to walk. And then we walked down the steps because the steps was dug out of the mountain. So you walk down the steps and then go around and boom, bam, in the studio, right? So the studio was actually inside of the mountain. And you can,
Wow.
in the wintertime, when you look out that mountain, you can see the San Fernando part of the valley. But if you go back up and you go on the other side, he had a gazebo which looked out into the Los Angeles side of the valley. So he had both views. So it was crazy. So that was the scenic part of it. And so we got a chance to meet superstar Tito Jackson. And
Wow.
we also got a chance to meet his partner, who was Vasal Benford, who we invited him to do to perform on the record as well. And so boom, everything started to work out. Boom, 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 boom. It was all working out perfectly. So yeah, that's when we first met Tito Jackson, and we did our first
Wow.
album in Tito Jackson's house. So
Wow.
that's the history of the first album, and
Wow, you
that's the
should write a
history
book.
of and that well, it's a lot of stuff, and that's the history of Tito. And me and Tito became
Awesome.
very, very close friends.
Yeah,
And I did other
he was a
things.
legend.
Oh,
Yeah.
forget it. Come on.
Oh yeah.
The Jacksons. They're the best that ever did.
Oh
I,
yeah. Oh
I moved
yeah.
I moved the microphone. Did it move on you?
Yeah.
Did it move? I'm
Yeah,
asking.
I can't. Yeah, it moved.
Let me see if I can turn it back. How about
Okay.
that? That's
Got
it.
you. Yep, I see.
So
Yep, I see
so
you.
so so anyway, you gotta let me know when I do that because I can't see you. All right.
Okay. Okay.
So we also did other recordings there up at there. I actually wanted to produce Troop up there. I took Troop up there because they wanted me to produce
Oh,
Troop when they
true.
first started, but I didn't produce them. But I took them up to
Oh.
Tito's house, and the
Mm-hmm.
songs didn't really work out for them. And the first song
Mm-hmm.
that I wrote for them was a song that I wrote with a guy named Derek Culler, who passed away.
Mm.
It was called "Don't Take It Personal." And they didn't take it. So at the time, I went over to Arista Record where Eric Nori eventually landed his job. And I sat down with him, and next thing you know, Clive Davis wanted to do that song on Jermaine Jackson. So I ended up doing that song on Jermaine Jackson. It kind of recycled back into the Jacksons. So I ended up doing
Wow.
Jermaine. So, ooh, I'm getting tired of all this stuff. But anyway,
Wow.
help me out, Fever. Help me out, Fever.
He got
All right, Fever.
the best stories
Yeah,
ever.
you should write a book. Yeah,
I
do a
know. I tell him
documentary.
all the time. I tell him
Do
all
a
the time.
documentary.
He
I'll,
needs to
yeah.
he needs
What's
to
weird?
document all of this stuff.
There's only one. That's the two people that is left that can help me tell this story, and that's the guys from Port Authority that I went out to California with,
Mm-hmm.
and two of them are still alive because Dave is gone, and Bernard is still here, so I still got his part of the story because
Mhm.
Yeah.
it didn't start with me. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of the stuff started with me, but as far as Surface is concerned, once we picked up Bernard Jackson, then things went to a whole catapulted into a whole another area.
Mhm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
before I had a woman singing, and eventually, we broke up. When I say broke up, the group broke up. So because we wasn't seeing each other, because some people might think, well, because we are both real short, you know what I mean? We were short people, and we looked real cute, you know what I mean? So that was part of the way I was moving the group. But she didn't see eye to eye with me, and so we eventually broke up. And that's when we went to a different ways. But then eventually she passed
Mm-hmm.
away. So
Oh,
she
I'm sorry
passed
to hear
away, and
that.
then David Townsend passed away. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these things do
Okay.
happen, So okay,
Yeah.
let me ease back.
Well,
I want to bring my man Fever in. You know what I mean?
all right. Yeah. Hey, I mean, you
Hey.
share a lot of information some people don't know about, but thank you
Yeah,
for
Mhm.
nah.
sharing that. You knew the Jacksons. That's big in the
I
music
still know the
industry.
Jackson. I just came back
Awesome.
when
Awesome.
Tito passed away. I went out to his funeral, of
That was
course.
yeah, that was really
Yeah,
sad what happened to
yeah,
him. Yeah.
yeah,
But he
yeah.
left a great legacy,
He
Yeah.
did absolutely.
Incredible
Yeah.
legacy.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did. All right, John. I want to know, same thing I asked Prince David, how was
Mhm.
it growing up in New Jersey and how you met the founder, Prince David,
Okay, well, growing up in
Mr.
Newark was,
Legend.
yeah, he's a legend.
Please stop it.
Growing up in Newark was fantastic. I grew up in the era where, we were doing all the talent shows, and you had all of the venues and the talent shows and all of that stuff. And I was in a group called Project Six, and we did all the talent shows all around Newark and East Orange and all of those places, and we were pretty well known. We broke up, and we went over to New York. A few of us went over to New York to audition for Showtime at the Apollo. And on the way over to the Apollo, we met a young gentleman named Vincent Bell, who
Hmm.
produced The Rain for Orange Juice Jones. And
Hmm.
this gentleman took us to meet Russell Simmons, who we went over to sing for him, and he signed us on the spot. We became a group called the Black Flames. And in 1990 we did a remake of Watching You, which was a Slave hit record. So that's the connection David and I got, but that we didn't even know we had.
Right.
Okay.
That's that slave connection. So we did that. And we had a small little run as the Black Flames. We did our thing for a little bit, and but once that was over, years later, I was singing at an open mic, and David just happened to be there. Um, and I was singing, if I'm not mistaken, I think I was singing "Whippoorwill"
Yes.
by
Yes.
Babyface, and
Ooh,
and David
wow.
was David was there with Kevin. You was with Kevin, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
He was there.
Kevin
He was
Newsom.
there. Yeah, he was
Hmm.
there with Kevin, and he sent Kevin over to meet me, and he introduced himself. Hey, I'm Mr. Pitt Conley from Surface, and I could sure use you, And
Mhm.
we talked, and he invited me to his house, and I saw those plaques on the wall, and I saw that New Edition. I'm a huge New Edition fan, huge
Oh
New
yeah.
Edition
Oh
fan.
yeah.
I saw that
Telephone
New
man.
Edition. Yes, I saw that New Edition plaque on the wall with for Let's Be Friends. I was like, "You did Let's Be Friends?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh man, that's one of my favorite songs."
Wow.
I was sold right then and there. And then he set up a rehearsal for us, and we were getting ready to rehearsal, and the drummer couldn't make it. You know, and David's blind, by the way. David's legally blind, and
Hmm.
the drummer couldn't make it. David goes and gets his MPC 60
Hmm.
and
It's a
programs
drum
all of the
machine.
beats right on the spot. Programs all of the beats for the songs that we're going to be rehearsing since the drummer wasn't there.
Hmm.
And I'm sitting there amazed at what I'm watching. This man can't see, but he's so efficient and so self self-sufficient. And it was just amazing to me. I was like, this man is phenomenal. And so it was a blessing to have to meet him at that time. We started doing shows together, and David was a little unsure at the time, right, Dave?
Oh, Longshoreman, yeah.
No,
You're
I
right.
said you was a little unsure at the time when we first
Oh,
started doing
well,
shows.
I knew you had the voice, of course. But you
And
saying Babyface also.
yeah, we started doing a few shows together, and it just started clicking, and he was like, when we first started doing the shows, a lot of times the people didn't realize that I wasn't the original lead singer. And I was like, Dave, they people keep calling me Bernard. They think that I'm Bernard for some reason.
But
And he was like,
your voice is amazing. You have
he
an
was
awesome
like, they
voice.
think that you Bernard. I said, yeah, they keep calling me Bernard. And he was like, and once he heard that, he was like, oh yeah, we got him. And
Oh yeah.
we've been rolling ever since. It's been gotta be what, 12 years?
Yeah,
And you do sound like him though, Bernard. You sound like him. Yeah, when I was watching the videos, I was like, "Oh my gosh, they have the same voice." Yeah. So you fit right in.
Yeah, it was a blessing. It was
Yeah.
definitely a blessing.
Totally a
Yeah, you
blessing.
fit right in. Yeah. So how is it traveling with Prince David and singing those great love songs?
It's fantastic because the songs the songs transcend time. Surface put together some songs that will live forever. And that's the beauty of it. Right now a lot of the music is kind of microwave. It's for right now. You put it in the microwave, it pops, it's great for a minute, and that's it. These songs will last forever, and it when you go out there and perform it, because you see it on the people's faces. You see the joy, you see the memories, the stories that they tell us when we perform. Oh, me and my wife, we got married, we got engaged to this song, we sang, we played this at our wedding. It's just a beautiful thing. So each time we go out there, we have these experiences with the audience. As we perform the songs, it brings back so many memories to them, and it's a blessing for us to be able to do that.
And I noticed it's okay to sing, because one day you guys might put a new album out, but if you guys do, you guys have to sing those old songs, because them crowd's gonna be like, "Come on, Surface, you better sing them old songs."
Yeah, they be
because
waiting
them great love songs never die. It lives forever. And every time somebody play on, you feel like brand new songs, But Happy, I love that song, Happy.
And
I love
the
it.
heart.
Yeah, I love that song, Happy. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask you.
That's the beauty of music.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of music. Whatever, it doesn't matter what mood you're in. There's a song that speaks to that mood. You just got to be able to search it out and find it.
Right. What is your favorite song? What is your favorite song by Surface?
My favorite song by Surface is Closer Than Friends. I love Closer Than Friends.
Oh yeah. Okay. How about you, Prince Dave?
Oh, definitely.
David?
It's actually the same thing. Closer Than Friends has always been my favorite. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you nailed that song, John.
Yeah.
I watched some of your videos.
Yeah.
You nailed that.
Yeah. That's our favorite. I think it's our favorite song to perform as well, because we go back and forth on that thing, and the people really love it. They love the back and forth we do.
Especially You Are My Everything. That's kind of like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to my man. His name was Everett Collins. He passed away last year, and he co-wrote that. He co-wrote that song with us.
You Are My Everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful song. He wrote that song about his beautiful wife.
Oh, that's why it's a good song.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys some interview questions, and after that, we can talk about the Fireplace R&B tour, and then I will let you guys, if you guys don't mind, can you guys sing one of y'all songs? You guys don't mind. It's up to you. It's up to y'all. I won't.
Feeve got you.
I got you.
Okay. Anybody can answer this question. Who will you say that gives you some of the best business advice?
Dave is the businessman.
Oh, business. Business
he
is changing so
Godfather.
much, but it's changing so much. You just got to stay on top of it. Even like today, like what's going on right now. is the
Mhm.
whole Suno. Now Google's just jumping into the Suno thing. Suno is the AI
Oh,
formulation of music.
yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people's doing it. And basically, when Timberland stepped on it, he pretty pulled in a lot of us producers and writers and stuff to join in there. But
Mhm,
it's a lot of going on business wise with it.
mhm,
You gotta fight for your rights to the songs because they feel like they own the songs. If they
mhm,
co-write with you and all that kind of stuff, so you got to be careful with that. Just you got to really learn the small print in the AI music.
mhm,
Everybody's kind of in AI music now, so you can't avoid it. And somewhere you're going to cross this, whether it be a partner, a friend, or whatever it is. Somebody just fooling around with music, they're going to be going through with AI. So you just got to know what's involved behind the scene. So
Mhm.
business wise, you got to know what you're getting into because you might think you own that song,
Mhm.
but you
mhm,
don't.
mhm.
It's in
Okay.
litigation. It's in litigation. So just learn what you're signing. Just
Yeah,
learn what's
we're in a
yeah.
different time. We're in the streaming era,
Hmm.
um, as opposed to selling physical copies of records and physical copies of CDs. So the pay is different. It's just
Everything is different.
everything is
Gotta be
different. It's a
careful.
total different game. So you got to
Yeah.
kind of do some research and study and see,
Yeah.
like David said, see what you're getting into. A lot of people aren't making records anymore because of those things, because it's just not there's just no money in it anymore. You know,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
mean, people. I mean, obviously, when we make music, we make it for the love of it. But,
Mhm.
you also want to be able to be paid for what you do. And I
Mhm.
think
Hmm.
that's the hard part. I think when Pharrell did Happy, when he did that version of Happy, and
Oh
it
yeah.
was just the biggest record of the year. And
Mhm.
when he spoke about what he received from streaming, it was just ridiculous. you know
Yeah.
and from then on, it's just, you just see what's going on with that. So
Yeah.
but I
I'm
mean, you
glad
can
you
make some
yeah.
good music, and it
Mhm.
help you propel your shows, and you get your money from doing your shows. They can't take that from you. So
Just make sure
it's
you're working with the right people too.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm glad you said that because um if a young person came up to you guys and say, I want to be in show business, what kind of words of wisdom you would tell them? Like, um, read contracts very carefully. Why it's important to read contracts very
Hmm.
carefully, and why it's important to have good people around you, and
Yeah.
especially budgeting, running your social media. Why it's good to have good people, a good team to work
Right.
Well,
with.
you said it in the beginning with those two words, music
Hmm.
business. So
Hmm.
those two words, one has all the beauty and the emotion in it, and the other's real cold, the business part. So if you're going to get into it, you have to have somebody with you. If you can't do it yourself, you have
Hmm.
to make sure that you know somebody that knows how to read contracts
Hmm.
and work through AI type situations, knowing how much you know how to write out uh, uh, writing sheets, after every
Hmm.
session, knowing what you're doing, all that kind of stuff. You have to have somebody with you that knows the business because all you want to do is sing. All you want to
Hmm.
do is play an instrument. All you want to do is have
Hmm.
fun.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You
Travel the
you look at
world.
yeah
Yeah.
you want to look at the end of the rainbow like, oh, the girls are out there, the money's out there, all kinds of traveling, all this, but
Hmm.
you got business you got to take care.
Right.
You can go out there. I didn't know I was only making $500 flying all over Japan. Did you read the contract? Well, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Yeah.
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 So that's
Yeah.
the
Cause
first
some,
thing.
yeah. Cause some contracts are good, some contracts not bad because you be, like you said, you be traveling the world and you be like, oh, I'm doing it. I'm getting well known.
Yeah. So you think
And then when it's time to pay, you be like, what?
the
I
heck
mean,
just
why should
happened?
this amount of
Yeah.
money? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
didn't read the
Yeah.
contract. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And
So,
nobody's out here to really teach you. If they're
Right.
doing
right.
business, the first thing that's on their mind is I got me a money stack over here.
Yeah.
All they
Yeah.
thinking about is they looking at a artist as money.
Right.
And you
Hmm.
looking at it as I'm trying to get there, and they'll get you there. All of a sudden you're on the stage with on the Apollo stage or wherever you might be. but you wonder what just happened.
Right.
And that's because you didn't really check your business.
Yeah.
And your homework too. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
will take advantage of you. No question
Mhm.
Oh
about it.
yeah, you have to be careful. You have to have the right people around you because
Mhm.
I hear the same stories. It's like people sign these contracts and they broke. It's like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
man, when you gonna
Yeah.
wake up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough
Yeah.
business. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely a tough business.
Okay. So how do you want to okay. If you ever put out a new single or a new album, who are the songwriters and producer you want to be in your music project?
Well, first of all, let's not go past the fact that Fever and I did do a record called "Where Have You Been,"
Yeah, let's talk
and
about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's called "Resurface." And
Okay.
"Resurface," "Where Have You Been," and we did do a video, and we did do a nice single called "We Can
We can
Fly."
fly.
So we did a lot of the groundwork.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So we did our thing with that kind of stuff. So it's not like we haven't been doing any new music because
Mhm.
we have. We
Okay.
still got to
Mhm.
get back to it because we've been kind of doing the live thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Eventually we got to get back to doing some recording. Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, how do you want to be well known in the public eye behind the music industry?
Well, I guess we both got different answers with that, but as far
Mhm.
as me, it- I'm going to quote our mentor coming up. Who was our mentor coming up was Ed Townsend. Ed Townsend was David Townsend's father. David Townsend is one of the third member in the group Surface, who
Mm-hmm.
passed
Okay.
away in 2005.
Okay.
Now, Ed Townsend would always come up to us when we was kind of coming up in the music business in the very beginning. He
Mhm.
said, "Listen, you guys, I see what y'all doing. Y'all need to find out how to make the kind of music that's going to outlive y'all. That's
Mm.
going to move people's time that they spent around whatever they were doing at that time. It's going to remind them, hey, remember when we heard that song? Remember when we got together? Remember when we was over out of California? Remember we was in New York? Remember we was in Paris? Whatever it was, he always would say, music is a vehicle that can take people's minds and their spirits that can move them in different places and get them to remember that time. And especially if it was a good time, because in the 80s, it was a good time for music. That's why we sang those love songs. We was in love back then, you know what I mean? Right now it's a little different, we'll just we'll roll with it is. And also the music actually also has a very spiritual element to it as well. Because as you know, there's some music that can make you feel terrible, and there's some music that can make you feel sad, and there's
Mm-hmm.
some
Mhm.
music that can make you feel happy. So
Mhm.
it's that spirit in the music that really, is where I'm coming from at this point. How are we going to take music and make it move people into a nice, beautiful, spiritual way,
Mhm.
And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. So that's where I
Okay.
like it. Mhm.
Okay, you are a great storyteller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you are Black
Well, I
history.
appreciate well, I appreciate it. But I've been here for a
Okay.
long time,
Oh yeah.
It's a
John, make
long
And
sure he
time.
writes a book. John, make sure he writes a book. Remind him to
I'll
write
be
a book or
pushing him.
do
I'll
a
be telling him.
documentary. Push
He
him.
needs, yeah, he needs to do that.
Yeah, I'll let you do all this.
Even
Yeah.
if he just sits down with a recorder and and tells these stories and just document it that way, and then somebody else can kind of take those recordings and then write a book, something, But he needs to do that because
Yes.
the stories
mhm.
is,
Yeah.
the stories are there. The journey is there, and he just needs to document it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
So
been a
what is
beautiful journey.
yeah. So what's the name of the resources everybody can find you guys at?
People got that.
Oh well, yeah. You can get us both on Instagram, Facebook.
Okay.
I'm John Fever
Okay.
underscore Surface on both Facebook and Instagram. We have I just started a page called Surface Legacy on Instagram, so
Okay.
you can find us there. And David has his page as well. Pitt Connolly,
David
um,
Pitt Conley.
David Pitt Conley
Mhm.
on Instagram
No, that's
and
Facebook.
Facebook as well.
On Instagram, it's Prince David Pitt
And
Conley.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, you
Mhm.
have
Prince
two of
David.
them. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, he has two of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see
And
some.
then we have the resurface page on Facebook as well. Yeah,
Okay.
so we're
Okay.
out there.
Okay. Okay.
We're out there.
So last question. The Fireplace R&B tour, and then after that, I'm gonna let y'all sing.
Yeah, we're gonna be in Elkhart, Indiana on the
Ooh. Okay.
4th of April.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Fireplace R&B Tour. Should be the Fireplace R&B concert, but it's gonna be the Mighty Force MDs,
Ooh, for some
Surface,
D's.
Changing
Okay.
Faces. Who else is there? Changing Faces,
Chasing.
Men of Vision,
Is
Okay.
Cut Close going to
and
be
the
there?
Rude Boys.
Is Cut Close going to be
Rude
there?
Not
Boys.
on that one.
Oh, not
Okay.
on
Yeah,
that.
and the
Okay.
Rude Boys.
Oh, so Rude Boys? Okay.
Yeah,
I
Hmm.
didn't know they
yeah,
still perform.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's still
they
out there.
still
They're
They still
still
bad.
out
They
there.
perform.
man, they
Okay.
sound great.
It's so much going on. It's
Yeah.
like I'm glad I'm so happy to see you guys performing again. It's good to see the old groups getting back together and sing those great love songs. And I'm glad I had you guys on my show telling y'all
Mhm.
story, especially Prince David. I
Oh,
learned a
he's
lot.
incredible. Incredible
Wow.
man. Incredible
Wow.
man.
Thank you for
The
sharing your
blessing.
story. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing your
We
story,
thank you for
John,
having
especially
us.
Prince David. Yeah, I was honored to
Yeah.
have you guys on my show.
Oh,
Oh,
praise
yeah, I
Yeah.
was very
We'll
honored.
do it again because he's got more stories. He's not done.
Oh, yeah, let me know. Let me
Mhm.
know. Let me know. Let me
Yeah,
know.
he's not
All
done.
right.
He's not done.
I think
David's the
somebody's
man.
I think somebody Sterling, somebody
Sterling
that's
Davis.
yeah, Sterling Davis. Yeah.
That's one of my
What's
good
up, Stir?
friends. What's up? What's
He
good,
said,
Sterling?
y'all know I would do it, fam. Okay, great to see my brothers. And that's what he said.
What's up,
Yeah.
Stir?
Yeah.
Can you see the comments, John?
No, I
I'll
don't
probably
see
have
it.
to read it to you. He said, y'all
Yeah.
know I would do it. Oh, yeah, I would. He said, great to see my brothers. Y'all know I will do fam. Okay.
Oh, so this is live.
Yeah.
Live,
We
live,
Okay.
live,
live on
live.
YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Live,
He
live,
said,
live,
when
live,
y'all ready
live.
to film? He want to know when you guys ready to do a film.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah. Yeah, we've been talking about that with Stir for a minute. It's time to get that
Mhm.
going.
What kind of film you guys going to do with him?
Oh, he's the film man.
Yeah, he wants to
Yeah.
do the documentary, Surface
Oh, a
documentary. Yeah,
documentary.
yeah.
Yeah. Is it going to be like on Sun, or you guys going to do your own documentary?
Heck knows. It's just all in the air. You know what I mean? We don't know what's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on. Really.
Okay. So
But the
Sterling is
story,
going to
yeah,
help you
but that just
guys.
goes back to what you were saying. The story needs to be told, so yeah,
Perfect.
needs to
So
be
that's why he's on
documented.
here.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
He's
So
pitching. He's pitching.
absolutely. I
Yeah.
asked him. I want to know if he want to join, but I guess he want to type. That's okay. Yeah.
But you can
Well,
let him
thank you,
know that.
Sterling.
Give me a holler. Give me a holler, Stone.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him if he can join if he wants to. Wait a minute. If you
Fee, you
guys have time.
want to sing a little bit? Because I'm going to get ready to get up out of here, really.
You ready to get out of
Yeah.
here?
Well, it's
Yeah.
dinner time. Yeah, I got to get something.
You
Yeah.
ain't got. You usually have that flute sitting there
Yeah,
right
you
next to
know,
you.
Oh yeah, that flute.
I
Yeah,
came
you're a
out of a
genius. You play that flute.
I came out of another session. I'm sorry, and nothing's out right now. I
Okay, well,
apologize. You know,
we're gonna act like
yeah,
you blew the flute,
nice.
and I'm gonna say, "Only you can make me happy,
Okay.
happy. Only you can make me happy."
Come on, come on,
What?
come on, come
Hey.
on.
Just happy. What?
Come on.
I never thought that
Sing.
I find someone like you.
Uh,
And I feel hypnotized with the things you do. I never let you go. Oh, you're so right for me. I had to let you know. Forever you and me. Only you can make me happy. Happy. Only you can make me happy. So happy. Woo!
Thank you, John. Yeah.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Surface, for telling your story. And I was so honored. Again, I was honored to have you guys on the Imani Dillard Show.
We
live on my
appreciate you.
YouTube podcast channel. Make sure you guys follow them on social media. Yeah, something's good going to happen for the group. And yes, and I can't wait for that documentary because I love documentaries.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All right, have a good night.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
Appreciate
Oh,
you.
thank you. I was honored.
Love you.
Yes.
Take care.
Oh, same to you. Thank you. All right.
Dave, see you later.
All right. Take care, Faith.
All
Take
right.
care, Faith. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Prince Dave.
All right.
Thanks,
Take care.
John.
Peace.
All right. All right. All right. Bye.